watching the Original Music Podcast. With your host, Raymond Hemms.
All right, here we go. Episode 73. Today we have Atomic Spitfire, which is a rock band out of Sweden. Claes, how are we doing today?
I'm doing all good. How are you?
I'm doing well as well. So, with the style of your music is what do you call it? Is it like doom rock or what do you call it?
We call it Death and Roll. That the Entomb started with the album Wolverine Blues, and we just evolved with doom influences, stoner influences, hard rock, and of course death metal.
Yeah. It was definitely on the edgy side. It might be one of the first bands in this style that we've had on. And
oh, really?
Yeah. My first question is, how did you learn to sing like that, and does it hurt?
At start, it hurt.
Yeah.
I was coughing blood at start.
Wow.
When I didn't learn the technique.
Right.
It took like a half a year to learn it. And I just started out of nowhere. I just heard Entombed. I heard LG Petrov, my role model, and I just want to start singing. And the only kind of singing I could do was growl.
Yeah, growl. And that's what they call it, right? Growling, or?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then when you do a live show, how long can you do that and maintain, technique, good sound?
Well, so far I have done it for 50 minutes.
Wow.
Well, not straight 50 minutes. Of course, you do talking and instrumental parts, but around 40 minutes straight.
Wow. And you named an influence. Who was that again?
Entombed. Old school 90s Swedish death metal band.
Gotcha. And then some of the guys in the band, you got Robin, Elias, and Creel on bass.
Mm-hmm.
What were some of their influences? Were you guys always influenced with the death metal style, or did you evolve?
Well, Robin, he's very mixed. He listens to country music like me. I also listen to country, metal, hard rock, almost everything.
Right.
Except hip hop.
Yeah, right.
And Elias is more the progressive guy. He like prog rock, prog metal, tech, that kind of stuff. And Krille, he's the stoner guy.
Okay.
He loves stoner metal and doom metal and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And what part of Sweden are you guys in?
Uppsala.
And where? I don't know my geography.
It's like 1 hour from up north from Stockholm.
Oh, okay. So you're even further north. I said you're even further north in the country. Are you on the edge?
I'm from the beginning. I'm from Kiruna. It's the highest top from Kiruna, from Sweden. But the band is from Uppsala.
Gotcha. And when you guys are doing your recordings and stuff, are you self recording and producing stuff? How you doing it?
No, we have a mate here who is called Martin. He has MA Productions.
Okay.
He does all the recording for us. He's really, really good at the stuff he does.
Yeah, that's awesome. You always have to have somebody, well, in my bands anyway, you always have to have somebody that's on the outside, either helping produce or record, that can finish the arguments, disagreements
Yeah, exactly, and gets the music also.
Right.
And have some inputs. Just don't agree on everything. Disagree also.
Sure.
Then it makes a good product.
Yeah. And how long have you guys been a band together?
Just about a year.
Okay, so
we started last year March.
Gotcha. And when you got together, it was just, hey, here's an idea I have. Here's an idea that hey, he's got, and just start kind of writing. What's the writing process like with you guys?
Usually, I have a lyric and I send it to Robin, and he gets a riff in his head with the lyric, and then we start rehearsing with the rest of the band, and then we came up with bridges, solos, and rest of the song together.
Yeah.
But usually start with me and Robin.
Gotcha. So a guitar, a vocal line, and then then guitar riffs, and then start getting everybody together.
Exactly. And sometimes I say, do like a CC Top riff or do a rock and roll riff.
Yeah.
And then he came up with the great stuff.
Right. Yeah. That's the fun part for me is the creating something out of nothing. And then really fine tuning it into a song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the song Head and Roll is inspired by the song by Billy Hale and his Comets, Shake Head and Rattle and Roll.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Old 60s rock and roll song.
Yeah, actually 50s, I think. I think Bill Haley and the Comets. Yeah, I think they were the 50s. Yeah, that's interesting. You guys over in Sweden, you hear a lot of the early American rock and roll. What's that like? Is it over the radio, or is it since the internet that you're finding this stuff, or what?
Well, mostly nowadays it's the internet.
Yeah.
Spotify recommendations, YouTube recommendations. And then you find all these old bands nowadays, like Billy Hale.
Yeah. That Rock Around the Clock track, Bill Haley. I always wanted to kind of redo that. But that really clean guitar that's hard to do. That kind of fast picking on a clean guitar and make it sound good.
Exactly, and do your own thing with it.
Yeah.
Your own taste.
This style of music, are we typically detuning the instruments? Are we what are the, if what are the tunings that you guys typically use?
Oh, I think we go to drop a B.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's very, very, very low down tuning.
Yeah. And does that make it, fit your voice fit better with the lower it gets tuned down, or?
Yeah, it fits more.
Yeah.
It sounds better. We tried with less like an A. We tried with an A, but it didn't fit with my song.
Yeah.
So we drop it down.
Yeah. Just keep going downward, right?
Yeah, exactly. Not too much, but
yeah. I always find it, interesting that as soon as you detune, and then if you drop your lowest string from there, it just sounds so manly or mean, or it just gets
powerful.
Yeah, it becomes more powerful.
Exactly.
I guess some of the bands like Black Sabbath. We're doing some of that stuff a long time ago, and I don't think a lot of people, when they heard it, understood why it sounded so, so
evil.
Strong. Yeah, strong and evil, right? Yeah, it's crazy.
I think it shocked a lot of people at that time.
Yeah. Well, Ozzy has a tendency to do that,
Yeah, even nowadays.
Yeah. Well, he's. I guess he's been ill.
Yeah, he looked very ill. I saw a photo of him. He looks very ill.
Yeah.
It's time to stop with the music now.
Yeah.
His career is done.
Yeah. But, it's interesting that, even at that age, I think once a rocker, always a rocker. I think, it's hard to...
I think so, too.
It's hard to give it up, for sure. So, well, let's check out a track. We're going to check out a track called Neon Rain. This was your first release?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this was recorded at, as you say, M1 Studios?
Excuse me?
What was this?
No, MA Productions.
MA Productions, okay. All right, well, let's check it out. This is Neon Rain from Atomic Spitfire.
Enjoy.
Wow, man, that's aggressive for sure.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah, Neon Rain. What's the story behind that name, that title?
Well, when I heard the riff from Robin,
Yeah,
he did the riff before the lyrics, and I thought sounds very 80s, very 80s hard rock.
yeah,
And I thought, what is very 80s? Neon,
yeah,
the color neon.
yeah,
So I was thinking of Acid Rain, that was neon colored.
yeah.
They rained all over the people and melted them.
Yeah,
So brutal.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because 80s, definitely, yes, neon. And also in the 80s, the big scare was acid rain's going to kill everybody. And, so those two things go together for sure.
They call him, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think that way.
Yeah. And the band name, Atomic Spitfire, how'd you come up with that name and what's the meaning behind that?
Yeah, I heard a band that is called Godzilla Was Too Drunk to Destroy Tokyo. That's the band name.
Oh, wow.
And they had an album called Atomic Spitfire, and I thought that is a fucking great name.
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking of the Spitfire plane, from the UK.
Sure.
The warplane.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, great name, and it's been catching on. Everyone says it's a really good name and a catchy name. It doesn't sound like a death metal band.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds more like a stoner heavy metal band.
Yeah. Well, and also with that name, there's a lot. There's a lot of graphic ideas for logos and all that kind of stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
But on the track Neon Rain, like definitely the guitars are right there in your face, and he's the only guitar player. So is he stacking his rhythm guitars and to get to get the big wall of sound?
Yeah. Exactly, or it will sound so flat without it,
right?
Without stacking it.
Yeah, yeah. And then the drums; those are just all acoustic kit set up, mic'd, and recorded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just in an old school way.
Yeah, that's sometimes the old way it's tried and true for a reason, right?
Exactly. I don't not like the digital drums. It doesn't sound natural.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
sometimes it works.
Yeah, sometimes it works, and there's a lot of technology these days. In fact, there's a company that I use software from out of Sweden. I love them, TuneTrack.
Oh yeah, it's a famous one. Yeah.
TuneTrack makes some great virtual instruments, and they all sound really good too. And your drummer, is he? Obviously there's a double. I heard a double pedal going on in there.
Yeah.
And what type of kit does he play? Does he play a big monster kit, or
No, very downscaled. He uses a lot of hands when he plays, so it's very downscaled. A lot of cymbals.
Yeah.
But not like Neil Peart from Rush or something like that.
Right.
It's more rock and roll, more simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you start getting into the big kits, a lot of times, like my drummer in one of my bands loves a big kit, and he wants all the cymbals and everything, and stuff is up high, and and it's it's almost it's for stage theatrics, you big arms, hand movements
for show, yeah.
So, but in the studio, just the basic what you need. Don't give them too many options of things to hit.
Then it's got to sound messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you guys in the middle of doing a record, or are you doing singles and releasing them?
Right now we are doing singles. We just want to catch on more people, get more fans, spread out the music like we do with this radio channel. We go out with podcasts and stuff like that. That is our main focus. We don't even do gigs right this summer.
Yeah.
We are pausing all the gigs, just spreading the name.
Yeah.
And spreading the good name of Death Roll, because it's a very small subgenre of death metal.
Yeah. It's interesting how rock and roll really has morphed into, you had kind of original, like we talked about Black Sabbath, and then that kind of morphed into, Zeppelin and Sabbath morphed into Van Halen's. Then it morphed into, the glam metal of the 80s and all the hair and all that kind of stuff. And then grunge. And then after grunge, I think grunge might have been what led into the death metal. What would you say would be the stair step to where we are with your style?
Well, like you said, Black Sabbath and that. Then came the bands like Metallica.
Yeah.
They're a big inspiration for the death metal bands. And of course, the UK band Venom, the black metal band.
Yeah.
They're also big for helping push forward the death metal.
Yeah.
And even many say even the blues stuff did that.
Wow.
Like Howling Wolf, he did what they call the prototype for growling.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah.
Yeah, because he had that, the growling voice, and then and The Who did Boris the Spider, if you know that song.
I'd have to look that one up. I gotta look.
Excuse me?
I have to look that one up. The Who.
Yeah, because it also has the prototype for the growling, Boris the Spider.
Okay.
And then came the 90s bands like Entombed. From the US, you have Morbid Angel. They were early bands from Florida, from Tampa.
Yeah.
And then I would say grunge inspired many stoner bands, I would say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
From that branch, but the Black Sabbath inspired them all.
Yeah.
They are the main origin.
Yeah. And I mean, I've heard stoner rock. Like a lot of times I'll just be in the studio here and I'll rehearse on playing on backing tracks. And I came across something that was like stoner rock and key of E, and I put it on and I was like, okay, what describe what you think is a good description of what stoner rock is.
It's the same good riff over again.
Okay.
That is the easiest description of stoner metal. You just want to hear that tasty, nasty riff over again. I mean, you have bands like Sleep that has a song that is 60 minutes, one song.
Wow.
Called Dope Smoker. And of course, stoner is from, stoners.
Right, sure.
They smoke weed.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But there's so many branches in stoner also. We have Red Fang, that is my favorite stoner band, and they have a rock and roll more faster beat than the rest of the stoner bands. Yeah,
I was going to say the stoner it's a repetitive riff, but it's really pretty slow, right?
Yeah, it's very, very slow.
Yeah.
You drag along and you have different kind of slow. So you have drone metal that is like one tune per hour.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's amazing that in these days of people's TikTok brain being 35 seconds or less, that an hour-long song can. I guess it's the drugs that keeps them interested.
Yeah, you get in that zone.
Yeah.
Well, our drummer is more the shroom guy, so he knows more of that stuff than me.
Yeah. In Sweden, is that legal in Sweden yet?
Nope.
No, really.
No, it's not. But you find loopholes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's always a loophole, especially with musicians.
Yeah, they need that for the magic.
Yeah. So weather, the weather right now. I was talking to Smash Adams, that other Swedish band we were talking about, and it was like 8 o'clock at night, which is the same time it is for you there. And I was like, man, is it still light out? And he's like, yep. Till like 11:30, it stays light for you guys?
Yeah, here in Uppsala, but even crazier. Where I come from, Kiruna, it's light all day, all night. It's never dark in the summer.
Wow. And I was asking them, you guys must have really good like window shades.
Yeah, you need to have it. You need to have it, especially when I have small kids. Also, you need to have it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only way to darken the house, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's no other way.
Yeah.
When the sun, especially where I come from.
Yeah. And we were joking also saying, you know, I asked him, I said, well, did you just go to IKEA and get some window treatments? And, yeah, I guess you guys have IKEAs there like we have Walmarts.
Yeah, it's sprouting everywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool store. If they would just give you some assembly instructions, that would be
That
nice.
actually works.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, in the band, I always kind of find it interesting that usually someone in the band is very talented outside of music doing, you know, I've got guys that are metal workers. One guy was like a physicist. Anybody in the band have an interesting talent outside of music?
Well, actually, our bassist, if you've seen all our artwork and T-shirts and the logo,
Yeah.
he made it.
Yeah.
He made all of those. He's really good at design. He makes logos for companies and everything. He's very talented at that.
Yeah. Yeah, you got.
So I would say that.
Yeah, you got to have one guy in the band for sure to be able to do that. You know, those types.
It's much cheaper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And does he? You guys have a website that you maintain?
No, we only have like a Facebook or an Instagram, not the official website yet.
Yeah.
Maybe we're gonna get one in future.
Yeah.
When we have more fans.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's you know, it's exactly what it says. Maintaining it, you have to keep it up, and it's, you know, it's not the most fun thing for me to do, but
no.
But it kind of has to be done at some point too, right?
Exactly. The Facebook and Instagram like that. I do that all that stuff, and the gigs I book, and like this radio show interview, all that stuff I usually book.
Yeah.
Because I love to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun.
You gotta have extroverted. Well, that's probably why you're, you know, the lead singer is, you know, not afraid to communicate. But
no, exactly.
Usually there's a hermit somewhere in the band. You know, the drummer doesn't.
Yeah, that's our drummer. Yeah, the drummer. Yeah.
I think that's why they like to sit behind the cage here and just be in the world. You know.
And he doesn't even look like a drummer. He looks like the normal guy down the street.
Oh yeah.
Rest of us dress like a, you know, like a rock and roll guy, guys. But he has a normal shirt, no band name, and nothing like that. No more haircut.
Yeah. Does he have a professional day job that he's got to keep clean cut for?
Yeah, he's in the army.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's why. Yeah, I think they frown on face tattoos in the army.
Yeah, and tattoos in any way. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. But what other guys in the band have secret talents? Like who can put away the most beers in one sitting?
That is Lampa again.
Yeah.
Krille. He's the one. And he's the wildest at the show. We call him a Duracell rabbit.
Yeah. Energizer.
Energizer, exactly. Yeah. Energizer rabbit. Yeah. He also always wear a cap live, but he flies away every song.
Oh no.
He's crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's
I love also to dance and smile, and because normally in death metal you have to look evil and mean and like that.
Yeah,
we don't like that. We want to have a party.
Yeah,
I want to go down to the audience and feel them. I want to be with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And like if you're up there and you're smiling, but you're singing lyrics about head and roll, you know, those that. Do people get where you're coming from when you do that?
Yeah, that is no problem. But they often get irritated. I have a like White Snake T-shirt and glam metal often West and cap with rock and roll bands.
Right.
Because why don't you wear a death metal T-shirt? You're in a death metal band.
Yeah.
I like the White Snake. That's why.
Right. Yeah. Who cares? Who cares, right?
Exactly. And it's more intimidating with a smiling singer talking about killing someone
Yeah, right.
and smiling.
Right.
It's worse.
Yeah, it is worse. Yeah,
It's psychotic.
yeah, you got a serial killer vibe at that point, right?
Exactly. That is my intent. No, it's not.
Well, let's check out another track, Head and Roll. What's the backstory on this one?
Well, like I said before, it was inspired by this Bill Haley and his Comets.
Yeah.
Shake, head, rattle, and roll.
Yeah.
And it's about decapitating.
Right.
And dancing to it.
With a smile on your face.
Exactly. And when we play live shows, I always say to the audience, this track you can actually dance to.
Right.
And they shake their heads. No. You don't dance to death metal. No way, no how.
Yeah.
But they always dance. They always dance.
I love it. All right, well, check it out. Head and Roll from Atomic Spitfire.
Enjoy.
Wow, man, that bass tone is heavy.
Yeah, and he did it in one take.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. He did it. And the funny thing is, the bass he used is called Chickenbacker. It's a Rickenbacker Chinese model.
Yeah.
It costs like $200.
Yeah.
So nothing.
Yeah. Did he get that from like DHgate or one of the websites that you can get that stuff on?
Oh no, I think it was. I don't know if they have in the States Wish.
Oh, okay. I think
It's like a low budget company.
Yeah, yeah.
He just thought, why buy a Rickenbacker when I can have bootleg?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's
But it's all in the pedals.
oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. What's he using for pedals? You know,
um,
what preamps?
it is a stoner pedal, but I don't remember the name. I can't remember it now, right now. But it's very distorted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And it's great, at least.
yeah. Well, that track definitely goes into the stoner rock in the middle there for sure, right? That big halftime feel in the middle
Mm,
for the guitar solo. Yeah,
and
you could stay there for about 25 minutes, couldn't you?
yeah, and just be in a bliss.
Yeah,
And it's very. He was inspired by Black Sabbath to
yeah,
do that last part.
yeah. It sounded very,
You can hear it.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And I like the guitar player was doing. Sounded like he had maybe a harmonizer on his guitar, or double tracked his guitar part, but there was like a harmony guitar in there accenting the dong 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 dong
Mm.
dong dong dong.
Exactly what he did.
Yeah,
Exactly. You nailed it on the head.
yeah, yeah. That track is good. Now that track, the video's got the lyrics on it. Yeah,
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 and Krille made it also by all the stock footage from a old Japanese
yeah,
horror movie.
yeah. The old monster movies, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just royalty free
Yeah. So
clips.
I would imagine that it would be helpful, just to have the lyrics going, so that you can clearly hear, okay, swing, axe, head rolled,
Exactly. And do a sing along maybe
Yeah.
if you dare.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That track definitely you could dance to because it had it swings, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That was what we're going for. They were the old, rock and roll stuff.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. That's a good one. What do you guys have working up next? What type of track? Because those I hear those as having two distinctly different sounds and styles about them.
That's exactly what we are going for. Every track we want to do something different. We don't want to some the same because all the Swedish death metal bands. I love most of them,
Yeah,
but most of them sound the same. They use that old school HM2 pedal, the chainsaw pedal,
yeah, yeah,
it's called. It sounds very disordered and just muddy.
yeah,
It sounds muddy. I don't like it.
yeah, yeah.
Not for our music.
Yeah. Are you guys using standard tube amps, or are they using modelers, or what's your guitar player using as far?
He's using Randall.
Okay.
Randall Satan is called.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he bought it from a very famous musician here called Peter Tädgren. He plays in death metal bands like Hypocrisy and Pain.
Okay.
Yeah, and he bought it from him, and it sounds, yeah, like you heard, really good. And then he used a small, I think it's called Tiny Terror Orange.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So he used two tops.
Yeah. We've talked about on the podcast a couple of times now those little lunchbox amps. Orange, the ones that I've seen. Dark Terror. There's a couple of different versions of it, but we talked about how good they sound in a small package. It's unbelievable. They sound massive.
Yeah, especially when you have another top and use it combo
Yeah.
pairing it,
Yeah.
then it sounds really, really, really good.
Yeah. I could see, blending the little orange solid state amp with that Randall, and then blending them together.
Exactly. Then you get also that stoner sound I was talking about. So we mix the stoner with the death metal sound.
Right. Yeah. No, that sounds good. So what style is the next track? Do you know which track is coming up next?
We are thinking about the song we had for a long time, and I could say it's inspired by Accept, the old German heavy metal band.
Okay. Yeah.
From the 80s. Yeah, it sounds more heavy metal
Yeah.
than the other tracks. It's still about gore and death.
Yeah.
Because that's the only lyrics I can write.
Right.
That's close to my heart.
Yeah. Right.
We are thinking about that, or a self-titled song, Atomic Spitfire, about the Spitfire plane,
Okay.
but it's dropping a nuke.
Yeah.
Because it's a fighter pilot, it doesn't drop a nuke.
Gotcha.
So we made it up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fighter plane. Yeah. Yeah. That's why. What is your inspiration on the lyrics that you're singing about? Did you grow up as a kid like into comic books or into sci-fi or horror movies and any of that kind of stuff?
Actually, I'm an anime guy. I love Japanese anime, and it's all usually kind of brutal.
Yeah.
Anime. I never liked horror movies.
Yeah.
I never grew up with them. I like more thriller, more psychological, more crime thrillers.
Yeah.
About serial killers and
Right.
that kind of stuff, but never horror movies. I never loved slashers or gore movies. They are just boring to me.
Yeah.
It's just about the gore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like stories more.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about the gore or the quick
Jump scares. Yeah.
scares, man. I just heard
I
that.
fucking hate them.
I hate that too. I just heard that. I just heard that term like yesterday, and I was like, that is a perfect description for when they do that to you in the movies. And
it's so cheap.
Yeah.
It's so cheap.
Yeah. And then
no build up, nothing.
Yeah, they used it over and over. Kind of like, have you seen on Instagram or any of the reels where they're like, hey, watch this car in the distance, and the car is driving, and then all of a sudden the thing pops up on the screen and scares you.
Yeah. I still got a trauma about that. It's so I hate it.
Yeah.
And when you're gonna solve a puzzle, look at the puzzles, try to solve it, and when you squint your eyes, then the jump scare came.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah, and you see them all over the place. It's crazy. So I am looking at your the graphics do look really good. I love the Atomic Spitfire logo font. That's really cool. And you say was it your drummer?
No, the bassist, Krille.
Okay. He's doing all of that and the video stuff?
Yeah, not the Neon Rain one.
Right.
Then that one that my friend did for us when we were playing up in Kiruna.
Yeah. And when you're doing a video like that, are you storyboarding out the concept of what we're going to try to capture for a story, or how do you guys go about approaching videos?
Well, this was our first video. I had never done one before.
Right.
And we were playing at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
That is in the video. And we just thought, we asked the owner, can we do a video after the gig, the day after the gig? Do some bowling, have fun, and drink some beers. He said, of course. Then I get free promo from my bowling alley.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a friend of mine. So we just had a story that I was failing at the bowling and stuff because that is the real story. I suck at bowling.
Yeah.
And then I finally made it, and it's a lot inspired by the band Red Flag. They always do comedy music videos.
Yeah.
Never something serious. So that was our angle.
Nice. Yeah, it always helps to have friends that have a bowling alley or have a gas station or that have these locations where you can ask, hey, you guys, you mind if we shoot a video here? Because it's gotten harder and harder to get locations where it's legal for you to shoot video for some reason.
Yeah, and cheaper again.
Yeah, and cheaper. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's very. I think you will agree that it's very difficult to make money in the music business. And then it's
you can't.
yeah, then it's even more harder if you try to do something that's outside of the popular vein of music. You know, like I've got a project that's all instrumental. Well, try approaching a venue and say, hey, you know, we've got a 90-minute show that's got all this video and stuff to it, but we don't have a singer, and we're not going to talk all night. And, you know,
nightclubs, they hate it.
Yeah.
They want singers.
Yeah.
They don't care about riffs or anything. They want singers.
Yeah, they do. And on top of that, they usually want singers that are singing somebody else's catalog of music.
Yeah, cover bands. Oh, yeah. Mm.
So
we only do one cover when we play. So
which cover?
It's again the band Entombed.
Okay.
Their song Wolverine Blues.
Okay.
It's one of the first tracks that I got introduced to Death and Roll, because they are one of the bands that started the movement.
Yeah. So in your city where you guys are now, are there a lot of cover bands or tribute bands? Do you have the tribute band thing going on in there?
Yeah. Everywhere in Sweden, every town has like 20 cover bands, and all they do is AC/DC.
Really?
Or Creedence.
Yeah. Wow, really? Creedence.
There's a normal one.
Creedence Clearwater?
Yeah, because the town I come from, Kiruna, they all love Creedence. Creedence is the top band. Everyone knows it.
Really?
Yeah. It's a very famous band here.
I would have never guessed that. I wonder who brought Creedence into that town, and then it took over like a plague.
Yeah, exactly. I wondered that too, because John Fogerty, he comes here every summer to play all over Sweden. He fucking loves Sweden.
Yeah, well, I can see why. They love him, right?
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Mutual love.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What are some of the cover bands? What type? You said they're playing AC/DC, but what other stuff is popular to the crowd there?
Well, if you're gonna look at rock cover bands, it's usually AC/DC, Guns N' Roses is a normal one. Motorhead.
Okay.
Whitesnake, but just the greatest hits, not the other stuff.
Yeah.
Sometime Dio, but not that much, because no singer can do him justice.
Right. Sure. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is if you're going to be doing some of those songs, you know, that's the one thing the tribute bands here in the States do really well is they put the people in the proper positions. Like I've got a friend of mine, Nathan, that was just in here, that does he does the Aerosmith tribute band here in town, and he does a great job as Steven Tyler. You know.
Oh, you know, even the movements, even the
looks like him, acts like him, sounds like him. And so
that's not bad. That is a talent.
Yeah. So that's and you know what? His personality is like him too. He's just like bam, bouncing off the walls and
and a big mouth. Yeah. Like him.
Yeah. And that he likes to run. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
He likes to talk.
That is the Steve Tyler. Yeah.
Upcoming on the new singles that you're going to be doing, are you going to be doing videos for all of them? I noticed that the European bands that I've been talking to, they do a really good job of, you got a single, you got a video. It's like they don't like to release anything without actually having a video to go with it. Is that the plan for you guys?
Yeah, we have a concept for a video, but we need to find first a label to support it, because it's not cheap to do a video. And my friend is not available anymore to do any more videos, because it's up in Kiruna. It's going to cost a lot just to bring him down here.
Right.
It's all about cost. So we are going to see. First, we're going to just take these songs and run them dry. Yeah. Just spread it out. Yeah. We have talked with the radio stations all over the world, with even Chinese one,
yeah, nice,
Australians one, and yours, of course.
Yeah. Now, is the death metal scene? I mean, it sounds like in Sweden, rock and roll is still alive. Whereas here in the States, you know, we have a artist you might have heard of her, Taylor Swift. You know. we've got those type of things, and we got the hip hop stuff. But rock and roll here, you know, it's still viable. But just to put it into perspective, I went to a country music concert here last week, and somebody had given me tickets, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go. I have no idea who the artists are, and apparently it was 3 fairly new country artists, and I look around and, you know, there's 12, 13,000 people there. The lawn is full. There's, I mean,
Whoa.
you know, it's packed. 2-3 weeks prior to that, I went to Judas Priest with Sabaton. And
the Swedish band, yeah.
Judas Priest with Sabaton, and there was maybe 8,000 people there, maybe 7.
Oh,
yeah. So,
what a difference!
Yeah, in fact, the lawn section was closed, so everybody came forward into the seating area. So I was surprised to see a legacy band like Judas Priest. No, I get it. They're getting, you know, they're getting pretty old. I think Rob Halford's 76 or something crazy.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and he still sounded great. The band sounded great. But I was surprised to see the difference in the crowd size. So maybe, hey, death country music.
There we got something.
maybe we should do.
Let's do that.
Country growling.
Yeah, it probably work with some banjo.
Yeah.
Yeah, my guitarist, he sings also country, so he could do it.
yeah. I mean, just as an experiment, it would be interesting to do something crazy like that.
Yeah, I think it would be an eye opener at least.
Yeah.
Something new.
Yeah, because you know, in country, I mean, you've seen it with Taylor Swift. Started off singing country songs about Tim McGraw or something, and then now she's doing pop. Kelly Clarkson, similar type thing. Then you got, you know, Kid Rock coming in and bringing kind of a hip hop to country music. There's, you know, I think the country genre is open for anything.
Yeah, it looks like it, and there's a lot of money in it.
Yeah.
Money and the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd. But yeah, I mean, it's all about the storytelling aspect of country music. So swing acts,
it is.
Swing acts, head rolls.
Maybe it doesn't work for country.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it though. I wonder if there is anybody doing it. What would you call it? Country.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Country death music. I got no Violent Femmes country death song, but that's not it.
It didn't sound right.
No. Huh. Be interesting. Here's one. A band called Country Death. And they have a song called Brain in Vat.
What? It sounds like a parody.
Yeah. The fun stuff you can find on a couple of Google searches about things. So,
disturbing fun stuff.
Yeah. Do you when you're doing your lyrics and stuff? Do you do any researching on topics, or is this It
just comes when I take a shit. Yeah. When I'm sleeping, I just wake up suddenly at night and I have an inspiration for lyric.
Yeah.
And I often try to make it rhyme.
Yeah.
So it rolls, really gets catchy.
Yeah.
And that's not usual in death metal either.
Yeah.
Usually they have difficult words or something like that. I just want to make it catchy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Memorable.
You want to make a hook of some sort, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then are you the guy that has a notebook and has it full of lyrics and ideas and stuff like that, or you put them
usually on my phone? My phone, they're mostly there.
Yeah.
And I try different lyrics. Maybe I throw it out. Maybe I change something. but usually they stay the same.
Yeah.
And another song we are gonna do soon is about a real life person. He took a bulldozer in the US,
Yeah.
and tried to mow down the town.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about the story.
Yeah, I'm familiar, very familiar. I don't remember the guy's name.
No, he had a very difficult name.
Yeah. But
we saw a documentary about him on YouTube.
He armor plated a bulldozer, and I think it was over taxes or something, right?
Yeah, and a dispute about land because the community council or something like that didn't want him to have land or something about that, and then he made it about God. He was a messenger of God. He had to do vengeance.
Gotcha.
a kook.
Yeah. It looks like
a lunatic.
Yeah, it looks like Marvin Hemms.
Yeah, exactly. That's the guy.
Yeah, he had a muffler repair shop.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he had a muffler repair shop, and the town officials kept messing with him, I guess, about...
He thought they were doing it.
Yeah.
It was all in his head.
Yeah. So, yeah, 2004, he got a bulldozer and armor plated it, and started destroying the town. And this was in Colorado, 2004. Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes a great song.
Yeah, that's actually, that's an interesting, interesting way to get, an idea as you see a story like this, and then, you can, write about it. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say that the YouTube documentary called Freds is really good. If you want to know more about the story, check it out. It's really, really good. It's about an hour.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, it's people get pushed to their. Yeah, he might have been a little kooky, but yeah, it looks like the sewage system was not working, and he had to pay like $42,000 to fix the sewage system, which it was a dispute over sewage. Yeah,
exactly, and then that's why he made a killdozer and tried to
the killdozer
destroy the town.
Yeah,
exactly.
Killdozer.
I heard the name before because I know another band that made a song about it.
Yeah.
And called it Killdozer.
Yeah, that's hey, when you own a muffler shop and you got some welders and a lot of metal laying around, and happen to have a bulldozer.
Exactly, and he was army trained also. So.
Oh yeah, well there you go. He pulled it off. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. And then like when you have the lyrics and ideas in your phone, do you put them in notes and then organize them in a folder somehow, or how?
No, I just have them in notes, and then I copy paste it to the guitarist and ask, "What do you think about this one? Do I need this change?" Or and then I tell him, think about this CC Top song and think about this riff. And then, because usually when I listen to a song, like some Whitesnake song or something like that, and then I come up with the lyrics.
Yeah.
And then I tell my guitarist, listen to this song and then make, like the Bill Haley.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like that head and roll. That vibe of that it swings, and it's like you said, it's not just your normal stoner rock or death metal type of groove,
No, it mixes everything.
Yeah, it definitely does. Now, obviously, when you guys play, you're a 4-piece band, so you're a 3-piece band with a singer. Do you play guitar or anything?
At first, I played the bass.
Okay.
For the first song, even when we recorded the Neon Rain, I did the bass.
Yeah.
But then I thought I can't handle both of them.
Right.
And then Krille came along and it sounded much better because you can tell the difference between the basses also in both those songs.
Sure.
Much more natural and better.
Yeah. Well, so when you guys are playing live, there's no second guitar. So when he goes into a guitar solo, the bass player's got to carry the rhythm section. The bass and drums have to carry it, so he can do the solos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's it's a lot of work when you're just the only guitar player in the band to try to carry both.
Yeah. But he does it really, really good, because we got fine reviews when you're doing live gigs.
Yeah. Is he playing? What type of guitars is he playing on this stuff?
Usually he has. I need to think now. I don't remember. He used two guitars.
Were they like?
No, I can't remember.
Were they like Gibson?
It's not this. No. It's cheaper brands.
Gotcha. But
Yeah.
I guess what I'm getting at, were they humbucker pickups or single coils? Because it sounds like he's playing, humbucker, the Les Paul style guitar or some sort of a high gain guitar.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it's the type of Gibson, but the cheaper brand of
Epiphone.
What they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Epiphone. There we have it.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. And when you're recording, you guys are using Pro Tools, or what was your producer using to record?
Well, the guy Martin, I think he used Pro Tools. I think so.
Yeah.
I haven't asked him. I just know he does a great job.
Yeah.
And he does it really fast. The song was done in a week.
Oh wow.
The mixing and mastering, everything.
Wow,
so it's working really fast.
Yeah. And well, if you guys show up to the studio knowing the song, and not really needing to make too many changes, you can get the tracks down pretty quick. When you're doing vocals, is it one take, two takes, not 10 takes? I would imagine.
No. It never been done. Usually one or two.
Yeah. I
do one and try again. Which one is better? Oh, the first one was better. Then I take it.
Yeah.
Because I know by hand.
Yeah.
How to sing and when.
Right. Yeah. Have you ever tried stacking growls? Like like harmonizing growls?
I did it with my former band. The band I had before, it was more death metal than this band.
Yeah.
Then we used stacks, and I didn't like really the sound of it.
Yeah.
So I just use a single take.
Yeah.
It's much better. It's more natural, more.
Yeah, I didn't.
Brutal.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was if anybody's doing harmony growling.
Maybe the melodic death metal bands do it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I had a band on here from Arizona called Sixth Sense, and it had a female singer that she would sing like kind of like Evanescence, and then boom, in the chorus she would growl, and
that is brutal to change it like that. Yeah. I can never do that.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. Very good stuff. You should check those guys out. But it's interesting to see the different styles that are like. Who would have ever guessed Lizzie Hale would be singing with Skid Row? And,
that was out of the blue.
Yeah, and killing it. Have you seen any clips of her?
No, I haven't yet. I've been meaning to check it, but I haven't had time yet. But I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, on Instagram,
because she's great.
Yeah, she really does a good job. And I wouldn't call her I wouldn't call her style like a screaming or growling, but
it's raspy.
Yeah,
raspy like Blackie Lawless from Wasp. She sounds much like him, raspy whiskey. That smoky voice.
Yeah. Makes you kind of wonder how long that voice is going to stick around being able to,
Yeah. But she's been doing for a while with Hailstorm and.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was interesting that she was willing to put her band on hiatus,
Because they are big, yeah.
Yeah, they're, I would say, probably equally as big as Skid Row, right?
Yeah. Nowadays, at least, yeah.
Yeah, nowadays. So I kind of thought that was interesting. And who knows, Hailstorm might be opening up, or, they might be doing sets together. I don't really know.
Yeah, you never know. But it was the Swedish guy who sang before, Erik Grönvall.
Oh, in Skid Row?
In Skid Row, yeah, and he's amazing singer. He can do anything.
Yeah.
Rock, gospel, anything.
Wow. And did they just have a falling out, do you know?
No, he got sick.
Oh.
He can't perform live anymore. He just do stuff on YouTube, covers nowadays.
Wow.
But all the thing he's singing is really great.
Yeah.
So you should check him out, Erik Grönvall. He's amazing.
Gotcha. And then we all know Sebastian Bach. They had a falling out.
Yeah. They're famous falling out.
Yeah.
And Bach trying to get in again, but no, it's not going to happen.
I think he actually just released a solo record, and I was...
Yeah, a few weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, and I saw some buddies that were saying, dang, it's actually pretty good project.
I haven't heard any solo songs from him and yet.
Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on, and I'm always glad to talk to guys overseas, just to get a vibe of what their path is with their music, and how things are going, and what inspires you guys over there. It sounds like every band that I talk to from anywhere it is, it's all the same people. It's just three, 4, 5 knuckleheads that like to get into a room like this and just make, noise, make music,
Noise, yeah, that's the right noise.
Yeah, is noise that's organized noise. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on, and stay in touch. Let us know when you have a new single out, and
we will.
We'll talk again.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And of course, check us out at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. We are the new hope for Death and Roll, very small genre. So if you like hard rock and really brutal metal, check it out and rock on.
All right. Well, stay on the line and we'll chat after this.
Yep, I will.
All right, we'll see you. Bye.
Bye.
You're watching the Original Music Podcast with your host, Raymond Hemms.